Hey there everybody, been a while since I made a video where I actually talked about what I created, but I figured this is it. I have created actual golf using Mythic Mobs purely, and this is heavily due to the Mythic Mobs 2.2 update, which includes vanilla targeters, meaning, for those of you who don't know what that means, that you can use scoreboard values, and scoreboards are something you can use as kind of a database for player data or whatever data you like. Basically, it's I don't even know how to explain this right, but I'm inclined to say it's kind of a substitute for MySQL database, but whatever. Let me just show you what I got over here. Let me take the quick route. So I got this block of stone, which I don't need at all. This is the golf course I have so far, but that isn't important at all, actually. The course can be made in any way you want it to be, and the balls will work accordingly without changing anything in the config. So this consists of two things. There's ball dispensers and balls, and the ball dispensers are actually invisible armor stands, which are just before the surface of the banner for each hole. Maybe you can see one more over there. And these are persistent, which is also a new feature in Mythic Mobs 2.2. You can make mobs persistent, which means they will not despawn even if you use the kill all command. And that is a glitch. I actually didn't just remove 400 entities, actually nothing was removed. And let me just go here, right click, and I get a golf ball. How surprising. Now let me just get a few clubs here. And a good one. Let's take that. And the first thing you're going to notice is I cannot, for the love of God, get close to the golf ball, which is cheating prevention. It's using a constant throw skill, which is going at 20 ticks per second, which prevents any player from getting close. I mean, you can kind of, if you fuck around with it enough, you can sometimes push it like a centimeter, but not really any farther. So we got our hole over there by the flagpole, and maybe, just maybe, yeah, hole in one. Let's do that again. Oh well. It's kind of all in beta status. It's not really done. Most of the features are working. For instance, let me just go to hole number 2 over here. For instance, as soon as I punch the ball is mine, and that is made possible using scoreboards. The ball will remember who is the owner of the ball, which is very important. And there's one downside here, though. You cannot have more than one ball on each track. I mean, you can have another on the first course and so on, but not more than one on each track. Because that's just something I couldn't get to work yet, and it's quite complicated actually. If you just let me objectives list. Now, each of the scoreboards that says hole 1 is has something to do with the first hole, and hole 2 with the second hole, and so on. And there's quite a bunch of scoreboards going on. Most get deleted if the course is not active, if nobody is playing. The only thing that sticks is the high score. Let me just try if I punch this guy. Hole 1A. B is for ball owner. Huh, messed something up. I don't. Oh, we're in hole 2. There we go. I am the ball owner, and if everybody else tries to punch this chicken, for instance, somebody that doesn't have the score of 1 over there on the scoreboard, set JLo, hold to AB 0, this happens. I'm in God mode. I get punched back, and the golf ball refuses to move, because it's not my ball and I'm not a good sport. And if I actually do this long enough, I will eventually get kicked from the server. If I keep doing it, I get killed instantly, and if I still keep doing it, I get banned from the golf course. Which is a feature that actually only works on my localhost right now, but just not implemented yet. So let me reset as the owner of that ball, and if I am the owner, I can punch it as much as I want. The wind has settled, that's another thing. There's actually artificial wind around here, which will influence the way the golf ball flies. If I punch it right now, pretty much straight, it will go in a straight line and not move anywhere. But if let me just try to make the wind change direction. There we go, blowing west. West is there. Look closely. It goes to the west. No matter how I punch it, and if I punch it that way, it will get a boost in that direction, as opposed to when punching it here, it doesn't fly very far. I can right click it to use ball recovery. If it gets stuck in a corner, you cannot punch it out. As hard as you try, you will best you will gonna get is get the ball out of bounds. You can just right click it and recover it to your position. Let me just hold this guy in. It also tracks how much strokes you got. Oh, yeah, almost. Which in this case is a ridiculously high amount. And it will calculate whether or not you had a par or a birdie on Albatross, which is the really rare one, or a hole-in-one. But a hole-in-one is not displayed at the moment, it will just say birdie or eagle instead. The strokes are also tracked by a scoreboard. And by the way, all of this is done without the use of any command blocks. I despise command blocks, or well, command blocks in themselves are okay, I guess, but I really despise of the use of arrays of command blocks, which constantly have to be in a loaded chunk and whatnot to work properly. And this is all purely run through Mythic Mobs. And to set this up on your server, all you would have to do is throw in the config files, and you have to set the par for each hole, and you just set the spawning positions for the chickens, you have to set the positions of the tee, like the armor stand that I click here has to know the chicken has to get transported over here, but that's really all there is to it, and it's a pretty simple system. Well, actually it's not, but setting it up is pretty simple. And let me just see if I have sidebar. It's hole 3. These are the strokes. So far I've hit the ball 2 times. Each time I hit it, it increments by 1. Now we also have the ball owner, which is of course me. Then we have something really weird. I don't really know how to explain it. It's kind of the same as strokes, but it counts backwards. And I don't want to explain it. I can't explain it, I'm sorry. And this is the high score, which I also don't want to explain, but it has to do with personal best. Like depending on what high score you had, like my high score is a birdie, which is 90 points, and it will display that here. on the bottom and the personal best slot. And also if you, let me just reset my high score for this hole. Set, or rather reset jingle hole 3A high. So now the game thinks I have never played this hole before, and whatever I'm gonna score now is gonna be my new high score. But I'm gonna try to get birdie. That's not how you get a birdie. There we go. 4 iron should be enough. Oh. Come on. Ah, damn it. Ah, screw it. I'm not very good at this. There, it says new personal best. But if I do it again, we'll just use a different club here. Speed things up a little. Well, that's not how I want to do it. Neither is that. Oh, if you hit the water, it recognizes and sets it back to the position you previously hit the ball from. Like that. There we go. No, I'm just sucking at this major right now. Alright, try that again. Now my score is just 70, which was, what was it? Boogie, which is one above par. But if I get a better score, it will once again say new personal best. Yeah, I gotcha. There we go. And if you score anything below par, you also get well, I call them awesomeness announcements. You get a green message that is displayed to everyone in a radius of 100 blocks. Same from the message above, that JLO completed hole 3A, blah blah blah. It's also displayed for everyone, so players don't have to communicate with one another. Like, hey, how many strokes did you use to prevent cheating and everything. And also, you cannot use the ball recovery to teleport your ball into the hole. Try it again here. It will tell me that I suck, basically, and just remove the ball. So yeah, that's that. Let's just play one more hole for the sake of it, and that should be it. See if I can get a good one on here. Get rid of this shit. Get a 9 iron. The wind is going west. Actually, let's get the driver out. Each of these is a different knockback hole, which is unbreakable too at the same time. The putter starts out at knockback 1, but sometimes you're just so close to the hole you don't even need that. You would just use your hand to punch it in, otherwise it would go over the hole. And then you have knockback 2 here. And I had to read up on golf. I don't know much about golf. I enjoy playing mini golf. I figure I'd really suck at real golf. And I had to look some stuff up, what clubs are actually used. And this is kind of how it stacks from very, very short distances, like putting it in on the greens, to hitting it very, very far as you can using the driver, which in this case is a knockback 10. And this here is an Easter egg from, well, it's not an Easter egg actually, it's a rare item from Lucky Blocks. I mean, these are all included in Lucky Blocks add-on that I made for Mythic Mobs. But this is a knockback 13, and it actually has like a, I don't know, 1 in 10,000 or less chance of dropping. I've actually never gotten one from a Lucky Block, except for when debugging, and nobody on this server has actually gotten one of these clubs. And, well, I'm not going to use it because actually the ball just... it just warps out of existence. Well, this is a pretty awesome shot, actually. Now let's see. We can... the wind's going west, right? Yeah. Oh, please don't suck. It sucked. Alright, let's punch that in. You didn't see that, did you? And that should conclude this video. I hope you get some inspiration from this. This is, again, purely done with Mythic Mobs. Check the plugins list here. None of these other plugins are affecting this in any way. This is all run by Mythic Mobs, the entire server. And it gets better and better with every update. ZK keeps adding new awesome stuff, like I think the latest awesome stuff he added was the Add Wolf Owner Targeter, which is really useful for pet mobs, and also the Velocity skill. Of course, the vanilla targeters, you should just go check out the changelog for Mobs 2.2, everything's in there. And really get to know scoreboards and using the vanilla targeters, because that's all you need for something like this, creating minigames. And there's way more potential than just golf. I mean, if you don't like golf, you could do Mythic Mobs Enhanced PvP Arena, which I'm working on too right now, actually, and other stuff. You know, just try to think past creating conventional pact/mobs, because there's just so much more you can do. Alright, that's it. I'll catch you later.